Are the 2 and 3, and it's Dragic in at the point.
You know, we saw Chris Bosh really ramp it. Up with the 3-ball last season. I mean, we frequently see vets do that. LaMarcus Aldridge is a recent example. Extending your range is a great way to keep playing at a high level, especially as you enter your third year.
Dragic with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against Detroit. Wade against the Flalo. It's deflected. About a minute played so far here in the first. Porzingis, and it's Calderon in for Langston Galloway. And then for Miami, Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Whiteside. And Freak subbed in for Goran Dragic. Thomas dishes to Serafin. No good. Excellent D there from Stoudemire. Freak with it. Now Anthony defending. Jacks up a 3. Miami no good on that time either. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's a Flalo. That one falls coming off of Thomas's feet. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Serafin. And that one's good. For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Magic in Orlando.
Just not a disciplined performance defensively in that game, guys. A lot of silly fouls hurt them throughout.
I think lack of discipline is the right phrase, Greg. I mean, a lot of silly fouls, and they did that even when they were in foul trouble.
And a follow wide open. He shoots. Miami grabs the miss. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
Green, he's checked in for the Heat.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Williams, he's checked in for New York. The Heat also with the sub. Leno Udrich, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. Now here's Calderon. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
And so here is New York after the Heat pick up 2. Shot by Serafin, no good.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close.
Now here's Calderon. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Shot's good for Serafin.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Freeman. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Calderon kicks to Williams. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Williams has got his first basket of the night. And there's the feed to Freak. But they get it back. Bosh kicks to Freak from past the arc, and he gets it to go. Freak's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Pass to Serafin. The baseline J off the mark. Oh, we've... And some tough time for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise.
They pulled all the strings to get me here.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
You know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
You can tell the point of emphasis has been to get to the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
On the court for Miami here in the second. Dragic is out there with Johnson. Then there's Gerald Green. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Deng in at the power forward position. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Pistons was a big factor. He finished with 15 points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
All right, thank you as always, Doris. And another special game from a player that we know is incredibly capable for this team.
Yeah, and he proved his value again in that last game. I mean, he's a cog in their machine, no doubt.
Yeah, and they're going to need a few other players to lend a bigger hand today. I mean, they can't expect him to carry the entire load 2 games in a row.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Clock at 6. Lopez, a screen on Green. Here's Anthony. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise. Chris Bosh, you know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
He's off on the first.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with a rebuilding Knicks team last season.
And New York making a change here. O'Quinn's checked in. And he sinks the second.
And guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
Here's Wade. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Wade's got 6 points.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Back to Calderon. Releases. Misses off the right iron. The Heat leading by 7. Wade passes to Johnson. Here's the teardrop. No good.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish, somebody forgot to finish it.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Anthony with the bucket.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Right side a screen. Johnson kicks to Wade. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Heat.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
Stoudemire's checked in for Tyler Johnson. That free throw. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. There's Galloway. He's guarded by Freeman. Galloway kicks to Afflalo. Here's O'Quinn, and he gets the bucket.
Just lazy defense on the glass there.
Well, nobody boxed out. Nobody put a body on anybody else. Things like that not only drive the coach crazy, that stuff gets under my skin.
Miami leading by 7. Bosch, a screen on Afflalo. And Udrih kicks to Freak. Here's the 3. The Knicks pull it in. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
From deep. Miami no good on that time either.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc. There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Launches it. The Heat rebound. Bosch kicks to Freak from deep. Can't get it to go. And New York will come the other way. Here's Galloway. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Afflalo with another miss.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him.